Good morning, friends. So we woke up to a snowstorm. It's not like it was a surprise or anything. We knew there was a chance of it, but I didn't really give it much thought. The day before, I was like, okay, maybe we need to go to the store. And I was just like, no, we're fine. And we don't have no bread, but I can make bread. And I still plan on making bread. I didn't make it this day, but I was like, no, we're fine. We can make it through. I just did not feel like dealing with the store. I have been deflating. It's just the very best way that I can describe it. After the Christmas pressure, that's the word I'm looking for. The Christmas pressure, Jonathan's birthday, and then the baby shower. The day after the baby shower, I just deflated. Like, that's the only word that I can describe how I felt. And so I did not want to even have to put thought into anything. So the day before, when I should have been out getting milk and maybe a few things, not that we don't have food in the house because we still have a full freezer and, whatever. But I did not want to put any thought or effort into anything. So we went out thrifting and had fun doing some shopping, but we didn't do anything, important or needed. And it definitely helped. But then we woke up this morning and which it was snowing before we even went to bed. When I took Clovis out, there was already some snow blowing around, and she got to see it, and it was her first time ever seeing snow. She very much approved of it. But I still wasn't sure if we'd wake up to a lot of snow. And by some people's standards, this is not a lot. My friend Bethany, I think she said she got 2 foot of snow. But for us, it is a lot. Around here, we do get all seasons, but snow's a big deal. It's when everybody goes out and goes crazy and makes sure that they have, all the bread, milk, and whatnot. And a lot of stuff, if it gets bad, like this is considered bad around here, a lot of stores will even just close down or close early or whatnot. So I don't know, I was a little surprised when we woke up with as much as we did, is what I'm saying. But it was fine. I figured we would record. I did not feel like, I always use the word entertaining the camera. So I figured I'd just set the camera up and take it through the day with me as I do stuff. I knew that I wanted to make chili. After I took Clovis out that night, the night before this, I was like, you know what, I need chili tomorrow. So I got up and got some meat out of the freezer so that it could thaw out. So I knew I was going to make chili today, and then I decided, snow days means you need a good carby breakfast. So I wanted to make some cinnamon roll pancakes, and we didn't have any pancake mix, so I threw some together. And I did end up starting, I don't know how I'll stick with it, y'all know how I am, but I did end up starting a saffron app, like where I can share recipes easier, so I'm excited about that. Like I said, we'll see how long it lasts. Look at my dirty floor. Actually, don't look at it. But I did start that, so I'm going to try to start posting my recipes over there. Y'all know that I barely follow recipes anyways, but I want to try to be more mindful of things so I can share it with you. This morning I decided to do cinnamon roll pancakes anyways, so I usually just go the simple route and add water to my pancake mix, but I added a little bit of my sweet cream creamer, some cinnamon, and then water, and we're just going to get it to the correct consistency. And then I will also make the topping. I decided that we was going to try it a little different. This isn't typically how I do the cinnamon roll pancakes, but I thought it might be easier. And it was, but the swirl was a little bit more watery than I like it to be. So maybe next time we'll go back to the other way that I do it. But they was good. Lily really liked them. She asked me what I did different to them other than just the cinnamon swirl, but that was pretty much all I did different. And she really liked them. But for the swirl, this time I melted my butter, which actually was margarine because we have some and I need to get it used up and we don't use it often. Melted some margarine and then put some cinnamon in here and brown sugar and made it into like a syrup. Now usually I'll use a Ziploc bag and cut the end off, and I think I typically have it thicker. I made it thinner this time so it would come out the end of the nozzle. And when it's thicker, I think it leaves a better swirl in the pancake mix anyways. But everybody said it was good. I didn't eat any because I just wasn't in the mood for that. Well, actually, I did eat a bite of Lily's. I lied. And they was good. But I was going to say I didn't eat any because I didn't have my own. But I tasted hers. Since I had everybody to cook for that lives here, I got out my big griddle. I love this thing. Now, John prefers his pancakes to be fried in a cast iron skillet, but since I had to make them for the whole family, he got griddle pancakes. And that's the good thing about him, is he doesn't complain. But this griddle makes it so much easier. After I made the pancakes, I just hurried up and quickly scrambled some eggs on here. I just put them down whole and, chopped them up and whatever. John's, I just gave him fried, and I think that's what I share. I don't think I actually got around to sharing the scrambled eggs, but y'all know how scrambled eggs are. But I just put some of the swirl on top, and then when I did flip them over, I added a little bit to the other side as well, just because you can't have enough. And then when they was done, there was still a little bit of the mixture, so I did put just a little bit on the top of the pancakes. They was cute, and people enjoyed them. So, it's better than never trying new things and doing the same thing all the time. It had been a while since I made cinnamon roll pancakes, but I guess just the snow outside just had me in the mood for, I don't know, cozy, delicious things. Even though, like I said, I only took a bite of one of Lily's. I'm not a huge on pancakes. I don't know.
I can feel there is somebody here, and he's watching over me tonight as he takes away my fears, lets me know there's a heaven up there. Yeah, he's reaching out his hand to me to wash away my tears. Oh, I know you, and I praise you. Got my arms open for your love. Oh, I want to be near you. I hear angels from up above. They sing hallelujah. They sing hallelujah. I can see though my eyes are all closed.
After everybody was fed, it was time for me to go out and get some chores done. John decided to take the skid steer out and clean a little bit of the roads. The whole time it was snowing, so it would have helped obviously because he would have got a lot of the snow off, and I would have got a lot of the snow off. But you'll see later in the evening I share again how much snow got put back on here. This is what the table looked like when I first came out, and you'll see it later. I clean it off completely, and then we come back out to more snow on it. But yeah, we got quite a bit, by our standards, probably not by yours, especially if you're up north. This is like nothing to you, and y'all just go on with normal life when snow like this happens, but we don't. So I was going to clean it all off, but then I realized that it was a lot of snow and it was really cold, and I knew that the leaf blower would not last. Spoiler alert, it doesn't even last for me to clean all of this off. And my battery wasn't fully charged, and I just didn't feel, I just was half-heartedly doing what I needed to do pretty much. So I did just clear off a walkway for us through the most important part of the porch here, and then I went and got my snow shovel because the batteries don't go dead on it. Well, unless I get tired. So I do use the leaf blower here for a little bit of this, and then I go and get the snow shovel and do that later on eventually. You'll see a little bit of that. But just trying to make it a little bit, safer to be walking around out here with having the outdoor animals and whatnot. We don't just get to, because they're mine, I don't get to just cozy up and spend the day in the house away from the code. I have to go out and take care of them. And so I wanted to, make it safer as snow, gets packed. It turns into ice and whatnot. So I didn't want to be out there falling, and I definitely didn't want the kiddos and John, which he rarely falls, but I didn't want, the possibility of anybody getting hurt. So I just cleaned it up, decently, And I knew that it was going to get back messy again because you see the snow falling and it does. And we obviously like using the bedroom entry up there, those big huge stairs. We won't be using those unless we absolutely have to, because well, they're dangerous with it being snowy like this, especially with the railing not being completely done. But I did go on up. I just didn't share that. We got it cleaned up and decent, and then it snowed some more. So I actually need to go out and do it again. The snow is supposed to be over, at least for a few days. I think we have another chance of another storm at the end of this week, but we're not going to talk about it. We're going to pretend it doesn't exist, and maybe it won't. I love how winter looks. I'll say that. And I do love feeling cozy and comfy, but this isn't cozy and comfy. And especially when you have to go out and look, Clovis loves it though. Like, this is the best thing ever for her. But you know, when you have to go out and take care of animals and make sure they have water because it keeps freezing, and you know, having a husband that if he was working, he'd be working out in this, and just when you're so much of your livelihood and whatnot depends on being outdoors, you can't enjoy it. I mean, if you can, you're special, maybe in a good way, maybe in a kind of crazy way, but don't worry, we all are. Hi, baby. You like the snow, don't you? Huh? You like this junk? But yeah, maybe you enjoy it, and that's fine. But for me, give me 70 degrees and sunny, and that's the life I want to live. Are you helping?
Do what?
Daddy. Clovis thinks she is. And it's been a hot minute since I had like a little bit of, I guess, sadness and longing about Jonathan being moved out. And I know it's part of life, and I'm thankful that, you know, have the opportunity to have 4 healthy kids, and you know, that have the ability to grow up and move out and, you know, move on with life, because that's our job as parents, is to raise them up and get them ready to move out into this real world on their own. But this evening, I know that that's, you know, the purpose of our children. They're supposed to grow up and move out. But later this evening, the kids had went out to play for a few more minutes, and John went out and got the 4-wheeler, and they went on a little ride. And it's something that they do often when it snows. And I just thought back to one year we got, I think it was over a foot of snow. Thinking we got like 15 inches. And they rode around on the 4-wheelers, and they even took little videos. I think one of our old YouTube channels or something, they was uploaded on there just playing around. And I just remembered that, and kind of made my heart a little sad, especially since I'm already been having some issues anyways. But you know, I'm thankful that as we was here enjoying the snow, he was probably, which I know that he was doing stuff, but he was at home setting up working in the nursery for his baby girl that's coming. So, you know, life is bittersweet, but yeah, that did get to me, and I think that's just part of it. You know, you'll always have those little things of looking back and, you know, having bittersweet memories, and you should. I think that's a sign of having a happy life, and a life that was worth living. You know, because if you didn't miss it, then it wouldn't have been worth anything. It wouldn't have meant anything to you if you don't miss stuff. But I am back to making chili. I spent a lot of time in the kitchen, and the kids, I kept, you know, playing with them and pestering them because they spent a lot of time in the kitchen. They spent a lot of the day, if they wasn't outside, which they only went out for little spurts. But if they wasn't outside, they was in the kitchen at the table playing games together or eating snacks. And I told them that the weather like this just made people snacky, because it does. I was too busy to be snacky, but you know, you just want to sit down with snacks and warm drinks and do nothing because, well, it's kind of yucky. But I got the chili going. Now, the kiddos don't like chili, but I love it, and John really likes it. And I figured snow days calls for chili. So I just threw some together. I will try to make this recipe as well and put it in the little app thing. I'm trying to be mindful when I make stuff in order to be able to share it with you guys. That's not a step you need to do. You don't have to do that. And my preferred seasoning for chili is the French's chili-o, but I don't have any. I thought for sure I had some. This is the second time now when I've thought I've seen it in the cabinet, so I haven't bought any, and then I can't find it. So I need to definitely make sure I buy some for next time. This was really good though. I chopped up my peppers and onions really small with that vegetable chopper, and it turned out really good. I probably could have added some minced garlic, but I did add garlic powder to it, and it was good. I have no complaints over the chili. It was delicious. And John didn't complain, but like I said, he rarely does, because he knows better. Just kidding. Maybe. But it was good. And then I made some cornbread to go along with it. You'll see that as well. And I just followed the recipe on the bag of Great Value cornmeal mix. But this is the secret ingredient, which I think a lot of people know about this secret ingredient, to add cocoa powder to chili. I don't know why. It doesn't make it taste like chocolate, obviously, because that'd be gross. But I think it just intensifies the richness of it. I don't know, but it's good. And then we just I turned it on high because I wanted it to be, done whenever I wanted it to be done. And granted, the meat is done. The beans are obviously done and just need to cook down the onions and peppers just a little bit more. You could eat it, straight out of this, but I like my chili to simmer for a while. I don't even know what time I made it. Probably got it done about, I don't know, 10 or 11. I'm not sure. I didn't look at the clock. But we ate it at like 6, and it was delicious. But I promise it's going to be better today, which is the next day. Because something about chili is just so much better the next day. I don't know the science behind it, but it is. But, yeah, it was really good. I think today I'm going to eat it with some tortillas and cheese dip. Like, like the chili chips and cheese that you can get at Wendy's. Can you still get that at Wendy's? I don't know. It's what I used to eat. Like, all I would eat from Wendy's was chili chips and cheese. Yeah, I'm definitely having that for lunch today. But now we're going to put up our eggs. I don't collect eggs every single day now. That's why you see so many here. Just because I don't think about it. I'll look in there and I'll see eggs, every day. But I'll be like, okay, I'll come back and get them. I got to do this first. And I don't go back and get them. So that's how I end up cleaning so many at once. Now, we don't always clean them. But there was some dirty ones mixed in, and I figured I would just go ahead and clean them all. And while I was doing that, the kiddos went on a walk. They bundled up and went on a walk down the road, and I'm going to share a little bit of that with you.
Oh, no, I don't want to ruin them. It's okay. Hop over beside me.
Look, that's good. Now do it.
Do it. Put your arms up more.
How far?
Like that. That's good.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh.
3 angels.
Yes.
Guys, that's literally us.
Hearing their sweet laughs in the video, it makes the snow almost worth it. Almost. Definitely worth it for one day. But we need winter coats. I'm making snow cream. In case you couldn't tell, the kids wanted some. It's one thing that they always look forward to when it snows. Is actual snow cream, and then they like to mix snow with like the icy mix, because the icy syrup, because we always have that as well. But they need winter clothes. It's something that they wouldn't wear even unless they was going out and playing in the snow, so it's not something we think about. And we was just thrifting the day before and was at multiple different Goodwills, and we definitely had the opportunity to buy them some coats and maybe some sort of pants for the snow, but it's fine. Maybe it's just a thing down here in the South of when snow comes, you just put on 3 or 4 pair of pajama pants and go out and have a good time. But that's what we do. But I really wish they had winter coats, and I'm still going to get them one. Nolan does, because he actually wears it out. So, I thought we think to buy him some. The girls, they wouldn't. They just like their little jackets and hoodies and whatnot. So, but I do need to buy them some. So I'm trying to remind myself to make sure next time we're out, when we're thrifting and whatnot, that we find them some coats. Because they don't got to be cute. I mean, they go outside and play in their pajamas. But I'm making them some snow cream because they asked for it. Lily and Nolan went out to collect the snow, and we always get it off the vehicles. You know, obviously don't dig down into the cars, but we get it off the top layer because there's less chance of it having nasty stuff in it. And, well, if there is, you can see it, you know, because it's right up in your face. So I'm going to make them some snow cream. I'm not a fan. Lily said it just tastes like vanilla ice cream, but, well, I also don't really like ice cream.
You're always resting at my door. Though I've wavered, you've been waiting. I'm the one you're looking for. Gratefully and humbly, I give you everything. And all that I can sing is thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You alone can see me clearly, even in my deep despair. In the giving we receive it. Show me how to meet you there. Gratefully and humbly, I give you everything. And all that I can sing is thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Gratefully and humbly, I give you everything. And all that I can sing is thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
And then the breakfast eggs, I ended up just going ahead and baking them so that I do air dry them, but I wanted them to be dried really well so I could go ahead and just put them up with the other egg shells. This is what I do with them, especially when I cook a lot of eggs at once. I do feed the eggshells back to the chickens. It just like, it helps it come full circle. This helps them with calcium, and then it also can work as grit, which my chickens are on a sand base, so grit isn't as important in their diet as it would be other chickens. But this is our cornbread. We like ours thin and crispy. Well, John definitely does. I'll eat any of it. I'm not picky. And the chili was really good. It was one of those meals that I've been thinking about since, I was going to say all day, but, you know, I thought about it the night before when I decided I wanted it. So it was delicious. And this is after we cleared it all off. And it done that. It is gorgeous. We're not going to deny that. But we're over it. And it's only our first snow day. So there's that. We're ready for spring. And I couldn't bring myself to put Clovis out this night or whatever. It was supposed to get down to like the wind chill of -2, and then she's going to be in the house again tonight. But thank you guys for watching. We'll see you all next time. As always, remember to show grace, be content, and live blessed. Bye, friends.